Have you ever found yourself drawn into unnecessary conflicts, drained by battles that seemed to lead nowhere? What if there was a way to overcome your enemies, not by confrontation, but through wisdom and inner mastery? Imagine navigating life's challenges with unshakable calm, transforming potential conflicts into opportunities for growth and understanding. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy embraced by thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, offers us profound insights into mastering life's struggles. These philosophers taught that true strength doesn't come from overpowering others, but from mastering oneself. It's about controlling your reactions, understanding your adversaries, and using reason to achieve lasting peace. Their wisdom reveals that the ultimate victory lies not in physical dominance, but in cultivating resilience, patience, and a deeper understanding of human nature. In this article, we'll explore 10 powerful Stoic-inspired strategies to destroy your enemies without ever fighting them. These approaches will not only guide you in resolving conflicts effectively, but also lead you on a transformative journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Are you ready to unlock the secrets of defeating hostility with grace and intelligence? Dive in and discover the strength that lies within serenity. And don't forget, hit the subscribe button to stay inspired by timeless Stoic lessons that can change your life. Let's begin this journey to becoming a stronger, wiser, and more centered version of yourself. 1. Understand your opponent deeply. Epictetus once said, "Understand yourself before you try to understand others." This timeless Stoic principle emphasizes the importance of introspection and empathy in navigating conflicts. Before rushing to judge or retaliate against your opponent, take a moment to step back, observe, and seek understanding. What drives their actions? What hidden pain or vulnerabilities might they be carrying? True strength lies not in dominating others, but in understanding them. When we look beyond surface-level behaviors, we often discover that hostility stems from unresolved insecurities, unspoken fears, or unmet needs. Imagine being in an argument with a colleague who seems perpetually confrontational. Instead of reacting impulsively, you pause and ask yourself, why are they behaving this way? What might they be struggling with internally? This shift in perspective can dissolve animosity and pave the way for deeper connection. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's greatest Stoic leaders, exemplified this approach. As a Roman emperor, he faced opposition from political rivals and even betrayal within his inner circle. Yet, instead of retaliating blindly, Marcus chose to listen, observe, and learn. In Meditations, he reflects on the virtues of understanding others' motives, recognizing that everyone acts according to their perception of good. By understanding their perspective, he often found paths to resolution and growth. So how can we practice this in our own lives? Start by asking open-ended questions during conflicts. What might be driving their behavior? What past experiences could have shaped their perspective? How would I feel in their position? Approaching a situation with curiosity rather than defensiveness allows you to uncover underlying causes of the conflict. Equally important is setting aside your own biases. Observe without judgment. This creates a mental space where genuine understanding can flourish. Another powerful practice is to visualize the conflict from a neutral perspective, as if you were an outsider watching the interaction. What patterns do you notice? What opportunities for empathy arise? This exercise not only deepens your understanding of the other person, but also fosters emotional resilience and clarity. Now, reflect. Have you ever paused to understand the motives of someone who opposed you? How might your relationships or conflicts have changed if you had? Share your insights in the comments below. Understanding your opponent isn't about condoning their actions. It's about transforming hostility into empathy and wisdom. It's about seeing the humanity in those we label as adversaries. As Epictetus reminds us, what upsets people is not things themselves, but their judgments about these things. By understanding your opponent's judgments, you gain the ability to navigate conflicts with grace and intelligence. Take the first step today. In your next disagreement, pause and choose understanding over reaction. And if this insight resonates with you, share it with someone who might need a reminder about the power of empathy. Together, let's cultivate a world where understanding triumphs over conflict, just as the Stoics envisioned. 2. Choose your battles wisely. Understanding your opponent is the first step to mastering conflict resolution. But the next lesson requires an equally vital skill: discernment. As Seneca wisely stated, not every battle is worth fighting. Life is full of conflicts, but engaging in every one of them is like pouring water into a bottomless jar. Your energy drains without meaningful outcomes. The key to Stoic wisdom is knowing which battles matter and which can be gracefully let go. Think of a time when you were drawn into an argument over something trivial, perhaps a disagreement over an opinion or a minor slight. Did it leave you feeling drained, frustrated, or unfulfilled? The Stoics teach us to pause and reflect before diving into any conflict. Not every fight needs your participation. Instead, reserve your strength for battles that align with your values and purpose. Consider the example of Jesus Christ. Faced with accusations, betrayal, and violence, he chose silence over retaliation and forgiveness over vengeance. By refusing to waste his energy on reactive battles, he focused on his greater mission. This profound restraint wasn't a sign of weakness, but of immense strength and clarity. How can you apply this principle in your life? Start by asking yourself 3 key questions when faced with conflict. Is this worth my time and energy? Will this bring me closer to my values or goals? Can this situation be resolved with understanding rather than confrontation? Sometimes the most powerful response is to walk away. Learn to say no to unnecessary battles, be it an online debate, a workplace disagreement, or a personal feud. Redirect that energy toward pursuits that truly matter: your goals, relationships, and inner peace. Pause for a moment. How often have you found yourself caught up in arguments that didn't matter? How might your life improve if you let go of conflicts that don't serve your purpose? Share your thoughts below. You might inspire someone else to rethink their own battles. Choosing your battles wisely doesn't mean avoiding all conflict. It means prioritizing what deserves your attention. It's about focusing on what strengthens your character rather than diminishes your spirit. If this resonates, share this insight with a friend who could use a reminder about the power of discernment. Together, let's embrace Seneca's wisdom and channel our energy toward what truly matters. 3. Communicate with calmness and clarity. Once you've mastered the art of choosing your battles wisely, the next challenge is navigating those you must face. This requires an equally powerful skill: communicating with calmness and clarity. As Epictetus wisely observed, control your tongue before it controls you. In conflict, words can be like fire. They can either illuminate the path to understanding or burn bridges irreparably. Imagine a tense workplace scenario. Sarah, a team leader, finds herself accused of favoritism by a colleague during a heated meeting. Instinctively, she feels the urge to defend herself with sharp retorts. Instead, she takes a deep breath, remembers her Stoic training, and calmly responds, "I hear your concerns, and I'd like to understand more about why you feel this way. Let's discuss this after the meeting." Her composed reaction not only diffuses the immediate tension, but opens the door to a meaningful conversation later. This kind of communication isn't about suppressing emotions, it's about directing them wisely. Mahatma Gandhi demonstrated this masterfully. Even in the face of harsh British opposition, Gandhi's words remained patient, purposeful, and peace-driven. His ability to speak with clarity and conviction united millions and transformed India's struggle for independence into a non-violent revolution. How can you cultivate this kind of communication in your own life? Start with active listening. Instead of planning your next response, focus entirely on what the other person is saying. Maintain eye contact, nod to show engagement, and ask clarifying questions like, "Can you explain more about what you mean?" This simple act can build trust and reduce defensiveness. Next, use I statements to express your feelings without placing blame. For example, say, "I feel frustrated when deadlines are missed because it affects the whole team," rather than, "You always miss deadlines." This shifts the focus from personal attacks to collaborative problem-solving. A fictional dialogue might look like this. Colleague, angrily, "You never listen to my ideas during meetings." You, calmly, "I hear that you feel unheard. Let's talk about how we can make sure everyone's input is considered." Now, reflect on your own experiences. Have you ever let emotions take over during a heated conversation? What might have changed if you'd taken a calm, clear approach instead? Share your thoughts in the comments below. You might inspire someone else to embrace the power of peaceful communication. Finally, remember that practice makes perfect. Start small. Try these techniques during minor disagreements and work your way up to more significant conflicts. If you found these insights helpful, consider sharing this message with someone who might benefit. Together, we can spread the Stoic art of meaningful, calm communication, creating ripples of understanding and harmony in our interactions. 4. Seek common ground. As we enhance our ability to communicate with clarity and calm, the next transformative step is to seek common ground. Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, "Live in harmony with nature and with people." While conflict often emphasizes differences, Stoicism urges us to look beyond the surface to uncover shared values and mutual goals that can unite rather than divide. Imagine a situation where two nations are on the brink of war, their leaders entrenched in opposing views. However, through careful diplomacy, they discover shared aspirations, economic stability, and cultural preservation. By focusing on these commonalities, they transform hostility into collaboration, forging a path toward peace and progress. This is the profound power of seeking common ground. It bridges divides, allowing cooperation and understanding to flourish. In our personal lives, we encounter conflicts where shared values can turn contention into connection. Consider a heated debate within a family over spending habits. Instead of fueling the argument by insisting who is right, a Stoic approach would encourage stepping back and asking, "What is our shared goal?" The answer, ensuring financial security for everyone, becomes the foundation for constructive dialogue and collaboration. How can you uncover these hidden connections in your own conflicts? Start by asking thoughtful questions that focus on unity rather than division. Questions like, "What do we both ultimately want?" or "What values matter most to both of us?" Shift the narrative from winning an argument to working together for a shared resolution. Empathy is another critical practice in finding common ground. Imagine yourself in the other person's position. What might their motivations, fears, or aspirations be? When you take the time to view the situation through their lens, unexpected alignments often emerge. For instance, two co-workers clashing over a project's direction might realize they both prioritize creativity and excellence, Even if they have different methods of achieving them, reflect on your own experiences. Have you ever found resolution by focusing on what you and your opponent share? How did that change the outcome? Share your thoughts in the comments. You may inspire someone else to approach conflicts with a fresh perspective. Discovering common ground does not mean compromising your principles. Instead, it's about building bridges that transform potential adversaries into allies. When compassion and understanding guide us, we turn conflict into an opportunity for growth and cooperation. If this message resonates, share it with someone who could benefit from Marcus Aurelius's timeless wisdom. Together, let's create a world where collaboration thrives over division, one shared value at a time. Let's practice seeking common ground in our daily lives and witness how this approach fosters harmony and progress in even the most challenging situations. 5. Appeal to core values. After finding common ground, the next step in mastering conflict resolution is to connect deeply by appealing to your opponent's core values. Seneca wisely stated, "Understand their values, and you will touch their soul." This timeless insight reminds us that understanding and aligning with what matters most to someone can transform even the most entrenched disagreements into opportunities for connection and growth. Consider the powerful example of Abraham Lincoln, a leader navigating a nation torn apart by civil war. Rather than relying solely on his authority, Lincoln appealed to the patriotism and shared identity of the American people. In his famous words, "We are not enemies, but friends." We must not be enemies. He invoked values of unity and national pride, encouraging the fractured country to look beyond their divisions and work toward reconciliation. Lincoln's ability to touch the core values of his people illustrates the profound influence of this approach. How can you apply this principle in your life? Imagine a manager faced with a resistant team member. Instead of demanding compliance, the manager could emphasize shared goals like innovation and career development, values that resonate with the employee. By aligning the request with the individual's values, the manager not only eases resistance, but also fosters collaboration and trust. To effectively appeal to core values, begin by listening carefully. Observe what people prioritize in their words and actions. Do they value loyalty, fairness, or creativity? These cues provide insight into what drives their decisions and reactions. For example, if someone values justice, frame your perspective around equity and mutual respect. By tailoring your communication to resonate with their values, you demonstrate empathy and build rapport. A relatable scenario might involve a neighbor opposing a community project. Instead of dismissing their concerns, you could acknowledge their value for preserving the neighborhood's character, presenting the project as something that enhances the area's unique qualities, aligns with their perspective, transforming resistance into support. Reflect on your experiences. Have you ever shifted the course of a disagreement by addressing someone's core values? How did it change the outcome? Share your story in the comments. It might inspire others to consider this approach. It's important to remember that appealing to core values isn't about manipulation. It's about fostering genuine understanding. When you take the time to uncover and respect another person's internal compass, you create a foundation for meaningful dialogue and lasting resolutions. As you practice this approach, focus on authenticity and mutual respect. When done sincerely, appealing to core values not only resolves conflict, but strengthens relationships. If this resonates with you, share these insights with someone who might benefit. Together, let's embrace Seneca's wisdom and turn conflicts into opportunities to connect with the deeper humanity within us all. Choose a moment today to practice this principle. By addressing the values that guide others, you may discover a profound path to understanding, collaboration, and harmony. 6. Use humor with subtlety. Having connected on a deeper level by appealing to core values, let us turn to another powerful tool in resolving conflict: humor. Seneca aptly remarked, "Humor is a wonderful bridge." Used wisely, humor can diffuse tension, build rapport, and create an environment ripe for open dialogue. Picture this: a tense boardroom filled with furrowed brows and crossed arms. The CEO steps in, scans the room, and says with a chuckle, "Looks like we've all had our coffee, but maybe too much of it." Laughter ripples through the room, the atmosphere lightens, and the discussion moves forward with newfound ease. Humor, when genuine and timely, can break down barriers and invite collaboration. But how does humor achieve this? At its core, humor disarms defenses. It shifts focus from confrontation to connection, allowing emotions to soften. A well-placed joke or a light-hearted story can transform even the most rigid exchanges into moments of shared humanity. Mastering the art of humor in your daily life requires a blend of awareness, timing, and creativity. First, know your audience. Humor is not one-size-fits-all, so before attempting to lighten the mood, assess the situation and the personalities involved. A joke that brings smiles among close colleagues might fall flat or even offend in a formal setting with serious clients. Reflect on moments in your life. When was the last time a perfectly timed laugh changed the tone of a conversation for the better? Recognizing these instances can help you wield humor more effectively. Next, focus on inclusion, not division. Humor should bring people together rather than alienate anyone. Self-deprecating jokes or light anecdotes about shared experiences often work best because they foster connection. For example, if a family debate becomes heated, you might break the tension by quipping, "Remember folks, we're still voting for what's for dinner, not the next president." Such comments not only redirect the mood, but also create a shared sense of perspective. Choose your timing carefully, as Seneca himself might advise. Humor requires restraint. Poorly timed jokes can backfire, especially during the peak of tension. Instead, wait for a moment when levity feels natural and appropriate. Imagine navigating a disagreement with a friend. Could a well-thought-out, light-hearted comment shift the dynamic in your favor? Humor is most effective when it doesn't disrupt the flow, but enhances it. Finally, use metaphors and relatable stories to convey your message subtly and effectively. For instance, during a stressful team discussion at work, you could lighten the atmosphere by likening the group's efforts to rowing a boat. "We're all paddling, but let's make sure we're rowing in the same direction." Such metaphors not only reduce tension, but also encourage collaboration and mutual understanding. By carefully combining these elements, you can transform humor into a powerful tool for resolving conflicts, building relationships, and fostering unity in even the most challenging situations. Take a moment to reflect. How has humor helped you in tough situations? Share your story in the comments below. Your experience might inspire others to embrace this often underestimated tool. Finally, remember, humor isn't about ignoring the issue or avoiding seriousness. It's about opening hearts and creating a shared sense of humanity. Let's channel Seneca's wisdom, using humor as a bridge to understanding and resolution. If this resonates with you, share this insight with a friend who could use a smile or two in their conflicts. Together, let's transform tension into connection, one laugh at a time. 7. Establishing clear boundaries. After mastering calm communication, the next vital step in resolving conflicts is setting clear boundaries to protect your energy and values. Epictetus wisely observed, We control our reactions, not the actions of others. Boundaries are not barriers meant to isolate. They are frameworks that promote respect and balance in relationships while empowering you to thrive. Picture this. You're working on a crucial project, but a colleague keeps interrupting you with non-urgent requests. At first, you feel frustrated but say nothing. The interruptions continue, productivity plummets, and resentment builds. Instead, you choose a Stoic approach. Calmly assert your needs. I appreciate your insights, you say, but I need the next 2 hours of focused time to complete this task. Let's reconnect afterward. This clear yet respectful boundary not only protects your time, but also strengthens the collaborative relationship. Even history provides inspiring examples. Take Jesus Christ, who often set boundaries when facing opposition. When the Pharisees tested him with challenging questions, he responded with wisdom and restraint. In one instance, they brought forward a woman accused of adultery. Instead of engaging in their trap, Jesus set a powerful boundary. Let anyone among you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her. This response upheld his values, diffused tension, and imparted compassion to his challengers. So how can you establish boundaries effectively in your own life? First, be clear and respectful. Use I statements to express your needs, such as, I need uninterrupted time after dinner to focus on personal projects. Consistency is crucial. Reiterate your boundaries if others test them, and stand firm without being confrontational. Boundaries are essential because they preserve your mental and emotional energy, promote self-respect, and nurture healthier relationships. Without boundaries, we risk overextending ourselves, leading to burnout and frustration. Reflect on moments when a lack of limits left you feeling drained. How might clear boundaries have transformed those situations? Now think about this. What boundaries do you currently need to establish in your life? Share your insights in the comments below. Your experiences could inspire others to prioritize their well-being. Finally, remember that setting boundaries is not just about protecting yourself. It's also about fostering mutual respect. By showing others how you value your own time and energy, you encourage them to do the same. Let's embrace Epictetus's wisdom and create relationships that honor balance, understanding, and self-care. Start today by identifying one area of your life where a boundary is needed. Practice expressing it with clarity and respect. And if this resonates with you, share this message with someone who might benefit. Together, let's empower each other to live more balanced and fulfilling lives. 8. Mastering the art of compromise. In the intricate dance of conflict resolution, the ability to compromise emerges as one of the most profound demonstrations of wisdom and maturity. Seneca's timeless guidance, "Seek balance, not dominance," captures the essence of this art. Compromise does not equate to surrendering your values, but rather finding a middle ground where mutual respect and shared goals flourish. Imagine two co-workers embroiled in a heated debate over the direction of a project. Each believes their approach is superior and refuses to budge. The tension mounts until one of them steps back and says, "Let's focus on what we both want to achieve. Maybe there's a way to combine the strongest elements of our ideas for a better outcome." This moment of compromise shifts the conflict from a standoff to a collaborative endeavor, paving the way for innovation and mutual respect. History offers us a powerful example in Jesus Christ. When asked whether it was lawful to pay taxes to Caesar, a question designed to incite division, Jesus replied with unparalleled wisdom, "Render to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God what is God's." This response did more than diffuse a contentious situation. It upheld his principles while maintaining peace, illustrating the delicate balance of compromise without sacrificing integrity. So how can you master this skill in your daily life? Start with active listening. Pay attention to the other person's perspective, their underlying concerns, and their priorities. Ask yourself questions like, what do we both truly want to achieve? Or what shared values can we build upon? By understanding their motivations, you can identify areas of alignment and create solutions that benefit all parties involved. Next, prioritize wisely. Recognize what matters most to you and discern what you can let go of without compromising your core principles. Compromise is not about winning or losing. It's about finding a resolution that sustains relationships and achieves collective goals. For instance, consider a family disagreement about vacation plans. Instead of insisting on your preference, suggest, let's list everyone's top priorities and find a destination that meets the most important ones. This approach respects individual desires while fostering a sense of unity. However, compromise requires balance. Never betray your core values in the process. Use them as a foundation to guide discussions and ensure that the final solution aligns with what truly matters to you. Remember, compromise is not capitulation. It's the art of creating solutions that work for everyone. Reflect on this. Have you ever experienced a situation where compromise saved a relationship, resolved a disagreement, or brought about an unexpected breakthrough? Share your story in the comments below. Your experiences might inspire others to embrace this transformative skill. Mastering the art of compromise is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to your emotional intelligence, strength, and commitment to harmony. It fosters understanding, strengthens connections, and builds a more collaborative world. If these insights resonate with you, share them with someone who might benefit. Together, let's honor Seneca's wisdom and cultivate the balance needed to thrive in both conflict and cooperation. 9. Seek external support. In life's toughest moments, we often fall into the trap of believing we must face challenges alone. But as Seneca wisely reminds us, we are not alone on this journey. The act of seeking support isn't a sign of weakness. Instead, it's a profound expression of strength and self-awareness. Reaching out to others allows us to access fresh perspectives, practical solutions, and the invaluable strength of shared humanity. Consider the poignant story of Jesus Christ on his journey to Golgotha. Exhausted and burdened by the weight of the cross, he accepted the help of Simon of Cyrene. This wasn't just an act of physical assistance, it was a testament to humility and the power of shared burdens. Even in his divine nature, Jesus embraced the truth that collaboration and connection are vital to overcoming life's hardships. Think about your own life. Have you ever faced a problem so overwhelming that you couldn't see a way forward? Perhaps a friend, mentor, or colleague stepped in with advice or a helping hand, providing clarity and relief. For example, an entrepreneur struggling with financial setbacks might consult a trusted advisor. This collaboration not only resolves immediate challenges, but also equips them with tools to navigate future obstacles more effectively. How can you embrace this principle in your own journey? Start by identifying the areas where you feel stuck. Is it a conflict at work, a personal dilemma, or an emotional struggle? Once you've pinpointed the issue, take the brave step of seeking help. Reach out to someone whose experience or expertise aligns with your needs. A trusted mentor, a professional counselor, or even a supportive friend. Reflect on this. What prevents you from seeking help when you need it most? Often it's pride or fear of being judged, but remember, acknowledging your need for support is not a flaw. It's an act of courage and growth. Asking for help demonstrates your willingness to learn and evolve, which are essential qualities for success and resilience. Think about the people in your life who could offer guidance. Perhaps a colleague has faced a similar challenge, or a family member has wisdom from their own experiences. Open up and share your struggles. You'll be surprised by the generosity and insight others can provide. Seeking external support does more than solve immediate problems. It strengthens relationships, fosters understanding, and builds a sense of community. Have you ever experienced the transformative power of asking for help? Share your story in the comments. Your example could inspire someone else to take that critical first step. Let's honor Seneca's wisdom and embrace the truth that none of us are meant to walk this path alone. Together, we can find strength in connection, grow through collaboration, and create a world where mutual support lights the way forward. Share these insights with someone who might need a reminder of the power of seeking help. Together, let's grow stronger. 10. Forgive to liberate yourself. As we navigate the profound journey of resolving conflicts and seeking understanding, one ultimate truth remains. True liberation often comes from within. Forgiveness, as Seneca wisely noted, does not change the past but liberates you from it. While external support can provide clarity and guidance, forgiveness offers something even more profound: internal freedom. It releases us from the heavy chains of anger, resentment, and pain, allowing us to reclaim our strength and peace. Picture this. You've just had a heated argument with someone close to you. The hurtful words echo in your mind, replaying like a broken record. Days, perhaps weeks, pass, yet the bitterness lingers, draining your energy and clouding your thoughts. Now imagine letting go, not to excuse or condone the harm done to you, but to free yourself from its grip. Forgiveness is not about forgetting or excusing wrongdoing. It's about choosing to rise above it and refusing to let it control your life any longer. Let's explore how forgiveness works in practice. Consider the story of a man named Michael. After a tumultuous fallout with his father years ago, Michael carried the weight of anger and disappointment wherever he went. One day, while sorting through old letters, he came across a note his father had written, expressing his struggles and regrets. This didn't erase the pain Michael felt, but it gave him a new perspective, one of understanding and compassion. Choosing to forgive his father wasn't easy, but it became a turning point in Michael's life. It didn't just heal their relationship, it freed Michael from the emotional burden he had carried for years. Have you ever been in a similar situation? Reflect for a moment on a time when anger or resentment consumed you. How did it impact your mental and emotional well-being? Now think about the possibilities of forgiveness. What might change if you decided to let go of that weight? Forgiveness doesn't mean ignoring harm or pretending it never happened. Instead, it's a conscious choice to release the negative emotions that bind you to the past. Start small. Identify a situation where forgiveness could bring peace into your life. Practice gratitude by reflecting on what the experience has taught you, perhaps resilience, empathy, or self-awareness. Write these lessons down and recognize the strength they've given you. Now, turn your thoughts to the relationships in your life. Is there someone you've been holding a grudge against? What would it feel like to finally release that resentment? Imagine the emotional freedom and clarity that forgiveness could bring. Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might inspire someone else to take the same courageous step. Forgiveness is not a one-time event, but a journey, a commitment to choosing compassion over revenge, peace over turmoil, and freedom over captivity. It's about breaking free from the cycle of anger and reclaiming your serenity. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So, what's holding you back from forgiveness today? Take a deep breath, acknowledge the weight you've been carrying, and make the choice to release it. By forgiving, you don't just liberate others, you liberate yourself. Step forward into a life of strength, peace, and renewed purpose. Share this message with someone who may need it, and help us create a world where compassion and understanding triumph over bitterness. True strength does not lie in defeating your enemies through brute force, but in mastering yourself, your emotions, thoughts, and reactions. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The 10 Stoic techniques we've explored in this article are not merely strategies to confront adversaries. They are profound tools to transform conflict into understanding, hostility into harmony, and enemies into allies. By practicing these methods, you're not only disarming external opposition, but also uncovering a stronger, wiser, and more compassionate version of yourself. So, what will you choose today? Perhaps you'll start by understanding your opponent more deeply or setting clearer boundaries. Maybe you'll experiment with humor to lighten a tense situation, or take the courageous step of forgiveness to liberate your soul. Remember, change begins with action. Choose one method to implement and witness the impact on your life and relationships. And as you embark on this journey, don't keep these lessons to yourself. Share this article with friends and loved ones who might benefit from Stoicism's timeless wisdom. Subscribe to our channel to continue learning how to navigate life's challenges with grace, resilience, and inner peace. Finally, we want to hear from you. Which of these techniques resonates most deeply with you? Have you already tried any of them, and what was the result? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. Your insights could inspire someone else on their path to self-mastery. Together, let's create a world where understanding and compassion triumph over conflict.